Alright, so in this one, we're going to talk about if you should summon, the character's kits, and everything kind of included in that. I just want to mention and talk about what do you guys think of these characters? I'm in between. I'm surprised, I'll say that much, of like the choices, but I think a lot of people, and maybe this is just kind of the thing where you like set an expectation, then you're let down by that not being the case, and it's like, oh no. But a lot of people, and I think this was a valid assumption, was thinking, well, fusing Zamasu and Goku Black into Merge Zamasu, right? A lot of people were thinking that. And us getting another Vegito, essentially 6 months later from the prior Vegito we just received, I don't know how to feel about that. I'm kind of just... I'm shocked that's the case. And you can see the banners here, which we'll go over real quickly. We do see Vegito, Mai, and then Gogeta Blue, Vegito's banner. And by the way, all of Part 1 is just Future related. There's nothing else going on. It's just Future. Well, I guess for the main LS. Then you see Rose, Omega returning, and a tag Cell and Frieza in Hell from GT. Their mechanic, by the way, is basically the Mafuba. You could steal someone away with their I-beam thing they do against Goku. And it's actually very nice because you could just steal away some toxic characters. MV, if he's running around, right? But we'll touch on it real quickly. And this is what kind of throws me for a loop. We have this free-to-play Trunks coming. He's an event exclusive, which is cool. But it's Rage Trunks that very could have easily been the LF. I understand Vegito's hype. I am no one to discredit a fusion type. I understand. But doesn't it feel like this would have been the more foreseen thing instead of another Vegito 6 months later? I just feel like they're putting all their eggs in one basket, giving Vegito to Vegito to Vegito to Vegito. Like, we just got 4 fusions within the last 6 months of Vegito or Gogeta. Right? This one, SV, GB, and G4. We just got 4 of them in a 6 month span. I'm just bewildered by that. I'm not even upset. I'm just shocked that that's what's happening right now. But hey, give me your opinion on that, because I know people are very one way or the other. I don't know how to think about it. I'm just shocked by that. But nonetheless, we do have the kits here. They are up, so you can see them on the official website. Vegito, strangely enough, he is a green ranged unit. Fun fact, Omega Shenron on the opposite banner of Rose's is a green ranged unit who is 4 months old. So Vegito is now another green ranged fusion 4 months after Omega. I guess that's a good thing, but it's also a confusing thing because, once again, this kind of strikes the Trunks mold. Why couldn't it just been a Trunks then? Like, it would have been fine if it was a green ranged character if it's Trunks, but Vegito, when we already have Omega, obviously Vegito's going to be better, but do you see how it's just like, it kind of slapped on Vegito instead of Trunks, it feels like. But nonetheless, he does have some new abilities. This right here, I'll actually just read the first one. Auto Counter Nullification. You know what that sounds like, and yes, that's correct. It is what it sounds like. Max FTD gauge to nullify enemy auto counters and special cover changes. Essentially, you'd call this a better assault chain, and I would call you correct, because that's essentially what it is, right? He is, if you have MV gauge, and he does the blast stuff, and he's like, oh, well, you can't do that blast card here. Vegito, when he has full gauge, nullifies that counter mechanic, and he will just attack through it. That's how every single one does it so far. They just attack through it. They don't proc it, they just attack through it there. After transforming, you can activate the effect by using a green, or if the unit gauge is full, by entering battle. So you enter, or you do a green card. When you have full gauge, boom, you are stopping that nonsense there. Again, Vegito is a ranged green unit. They don't say it here, but they did say it in the actual reveals itself that he is ranged. He is a ranged character. With them having Blast Armor on Strike, Blast cards, some damage C debuffs. Don't want to go through 10 years of reading the kit, but I do want to get some details out there. He does have... Oh, he always destroys a Dragon Ball. Always. Oh, that's very good. Yeah. Once, but always once, right? It's not a percentage chance like some other characters like Gotenks. I think it's a percentage chance to destroy Dragon Balls there. Blast Armor on that as well. Green card. We do have Rose's kit as well. We'll, draw 1 new card, get health back, get gauge up, get key back. Damage inflicted to himself, showing ally sub count by 1. and 50% health store debuff to all enemies. That's a very strong ability because everyone heals a metric ass ton in this game. Transformation, he does do a base transformation from Vegito base to Vegito Blue. Same thing with Rose. It's Goku Black into Rose. So it's just like Red Beast. Just click the main, transform. We don't get that a lot nowadays, but that is what's going on here. You go into Vegito Blue, draw two new cards, when you have 3 or fewer. Health by 50%, key by 50, get Vanish back. And then I believe on his second main, you also do get Vanish back as well. They did mention there as well. Then his unique. So 150% damage inflicted, damage reduction 70%, card draw speed, -5 to arts cost. He has cover null. Oh, he just has cover null 30 counts. Just, okay, sure. I guess you would transform before those 30 counts are up. So you go to Vegito Blue. When he enters, he gets 80% damage inflicted, so that's 230. He's debuffing their arts power on Strike and Blast. He's also debuffing their special move, Ultimate, and Awakened arts power. Fun fact, we won't see their details, but they did state Frieza and Cell are Awakened arts power. Their Awakened arts move, right? So it's not Ultimate like Roshi, it's an Awakened arts. So it's actually different. Some units are canceling that, but a lot of characters are not canceling Awakened arts because I guess maybe they were waiting for this, right? When he enters the battlefield, he does a Strike or Blast card. He draws 1 new card with 3 or fewer, so he keeps comboing. Okay, sure. It's key back. He's stacking damage when he's using cards, so he's at 230 base, 45%, or rather 15%, so he has 245, 260, 275, to not he'll ramp up fast. This guy, after, 4 cards, he's going to be at over 300% damage inflicted on featured boost as of current, so that's a lot of damage there. Then, Flying Effects Kura, when enemy activates auto counter or evade action. So if UI auto dodges, Gohan pops his gauge. He gets his own gauge, 50% charge rate up. That's actually very strong, so he can start countering their gauges and ignoring their gauges, right? So he gets his own to go up there. Short ally sub count by 5, reset and keep by... Oh! They're doing the Triku thing on him, or on them, I guess. So everyone with an auto gauge, Gohan, MV, UGB, Janemba, all these fuckers, G4, he has a green, so he has to worry about G4, right? He would just say, you can't do your stuff. I like that a lot. So even if he doesn't have his gauge procced, he still, nonetheless, won't let that shit happen. And if he does have his gauge, he just ignores it completely. They're starting to realize auto mechanics are broken, so they actually made something good against it. Thank you! You thought something, Legends. I'm so proud of you. Genuinely, I'm happy with you for this. He is green. I wish he was red. But, you know, still, it's a good thing to do here. Plus 20 arts cost. Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that. It's not even, like, limited. That's... Oh, it actually is limited. But that's okay. Once is fine, because you'll get his gauge at that point, right? At least he should. But second unique, he has strike cover change, comes with a blue card. Fires Kurt every time when he hits the enemy's arts attack while his card's on battlefield. He gains health, he gains defense neutral. Okay. Short ally sub count by 1, reset key by 20. Interesting. Fires curve only health is 2% or below after being hit by an enemy arts attack while his card's on the battlefield. He gains health back, gets his gauge yet again. So that's 50% when they proc theirs. That's 50% yet again when he gets below a certain HP threshold. So then he gets full gauge just by existing, basically. I mean, you're going to take hits, right? Shit's going to happen. Plus 30 to all arts cost, which is very nice to, well, you there if you're using Vegito Blue. Slowly charge their own gauge every time the character uses an arts card. So he's getting his own gauge by health procking, by popping their gauges, by clicking these cards. He's getting his gauge consistently. That's good. Love to see that there. He gets a full new hand when he has full gauge. Card draw speed. Type neutral forever, fully type neutral, forever type neutral, as you could say in that 5 counts there. Then destroy card effect, he is immune to, he gains the buff effect of nullifying that, also of key effect down, so he would just retain his high key, and he also gets 10 counts of tacking through the dumb gauges. I love it. Thank you, Legends. Thank you. Truly, thank you. Then applies on itself when enemy activates a big move. He does a short ally sub count by 5 and cancels enemy attribute upgrades and buff effects. Who would you run with this guy? I don't even know. I guess you run with Triku, but who's the third that's like your safety? Because he doesn't seem like he has his endurance. Not sure. But this is his, obviously, Vegito Blue state. Everything's really going to be much similar. I guess we could see this here, right? Draw a special move card. So this is on his second main, right? This would be like one of the only changes they'd make here. Gets health back, gets key back, gets damage inflicted. Just Raw 20%. Okay, sure, I guess. Why not? So those enemy ultimates and awakened arts as well. I guess that's interesting. He's sealing their stuff on his main. Usually when you're popping main, you're like in an offense setting, right? So sealing their moves is like not a thing. I guess maybe you pop main, do a blast card, Envy has his ultimate, and then you sealed it. I guess that could be a sequence. That's a very niche sequence, but that could be a thing, right? Does gain his extra damage inflicted, sustainability, as you could say here, with reduced impact exploded slice damage there, and 6% of key recovery, 30% more damage. Jeez. Does he stack better, or does he stack the same? Does go neutral. Yeah, there it is again. He stacks the same as normal, 15%, so not much change in Vegito Blue. Obviously, you could assume that. He's the same cover change, still strike cover change. He still has the same extra damage reductions, you could say there, which is very cool. And yeah, nothing much changes in Vegito Blue, which is fine. Vegito looks like a good character nonetheless, so he doesn't have to change much in Vegito Blue. But we will go into Rose. So far, it seems like Vegito is the one to kind of be the guy right now to deal with all the nuance annoyances of the meta, but Goku Black, I actually didn't see much of his kit at all when they were talking about it, so we will go into him. He is a yellow defense type. Kind of gets me worried. Defense types are always kind of hit or miss with Legends, so I guess we'll see if it's a hit or miss here. He is on God Key, obviously, because he does transform into Rose as well there. His strike has a that reduces the enemy's health store on hits. That's nice. Blast card. He doesn't have Blast Armor on strike. Not a good thing, especially as a defense type. You want to take hits as a defense type, I assume, right? Has Blast Cards card that restores on health when used, sure. Blue card does just normal stuff, some bleed, cool. When gauge is filled, he does nullify endurance on blue card when gauge is filled. It can be canceled, unfortunately. Also debuffs everybody's health store as well there on that blue card. And that is on activation. So he doesn't have to hit it to get the health store debuff, which is pretty nice. Blue card does have Blast Armor on it, thank God. And then the special arts that can nullify. Okay, let's read this here. Positive effect, self-pawn activation. It gets health back and defense neutral 10 counts there. Sure. Okay, so he nullifies melee tap action, strike. So it's a counter green card, essentially. Like a Bergamo green card or something like that, I guess you could say, right? And most forward charging. Yeah, so it's like a counter green card. Okay. We haven't really seen that a lot recently at all, so that's very nice. No toxic green cards have been shown out yet so far. No AoE greens, no nothing like that, so good. Randomly draws on most 4 new cards when you have 2 or fewer. Gets key back, gets damage inflicted. Reduces vanish to the enemy. That's very strong. Reduce enemy key. And oh, they're locked in. So you land this green card, you just beat their ass. Oh, all right then. God, that's a really good. Land that green card. It's very strong. They literally can't do anything. They have no vanish and they have sub counts up. They're fucked. Transform into Rose, get health by 30, key by 50. He does gain, which is a new thing here, nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover. So I'm not sure the phrasing on this. People were telling me, oh, he gains cover null to his team by debuffing them. That's what it was told to me. I'm not sure the wording. Legends has mediocre wording at times. We'll see, but I've seen that in his kit. I don't think that's what this is here, right? I mean, it could be, but I don't think that's what this is here. Cancel after downgrades on normal conditions. 20 counts to transform there. Battle starts, same stack, damage inflicted. Okay, there it is that I'm talking about. 100% to damage inflicted, reduce damage received 27%, key recovery 70%, card draw speed, -5 to own arts cost, and inflicts enemies with no special cover changing. So notice how he inflicts it to them. Now, I'm not sure if characters are immune or if characters will be immune. I don't know. But he's debuffing them, essentially. At least that's what I can understand from this. To where they can't cover change. It's not that he's getting cover null. No, he gets cover null on transformation. I was incorrect there. But here, specifically, he makes it to where they can't cover change. They're not locked. They can still swap. But he has debuffed them to the aspect to where they can't cover change. I feel like this is interesting because this applies to your team, right? Like, they all are debuffed. So what that means is my no cover null Goku Bardock for the first card, guess what? I go into them, they can't stop me. They can't do anything. So it's going to be like, one sequence it's better. But with like the best of the best units, they already have cover null. So some sequences it's not as good as it could be. It's very interesting. I don't know what they're hoping for this mechanic to be, as like super broken or super like balanced. It feels very situational. I don't know if it's going to be peak. It'll make him good aging for units that don't have cover null, and that's a good thing. But will it be as strong as they hope? I'm hesitant. I don't know. I know Vegito's will be. That's easy. This, I don't know what's going to happen here. I feel like it'll be strong, but I don't think it'll be as strong as Vegito's. I just think that's way too strong, because like auto is the game at this point. But nonetheless, when he has Battlefield, draws a card, gets health by 50%. This is shared before and after transforming. Okay, cool. Not great, but sure. Restores on key by 30, 7% damage inflicted. He has also that extra damage reduction there. Less than Vegito, but still has some of it. Defense neutral yet again. Okay. Sure. 2 defense neutrals, huh? Does he get any offense? Let's see. Debuffing their special move Ultimate and Awaken Arts power. Sure. Oh, yeah. Piccolo. Frieza and Cell are blue-purple, and then Mai is red. So there's all the colors. We literally have a full color wheel. Blue, purple, yellow, red, green are all coming out on this banner, or these banners rather. Then destroy an sub count by 5 when enemy activates big moves. Cool. Does have a strike cover change that comes into a blue card. Flummox curves. Oh, he does have endurance. Okay, so this makes sense. You pair Vegito with Rose, obviously. So okay, yellow, green, color synergy there. All right, interesting. I assume he has even stats because Vegito's range, he'll have more blast stats, and then this guy would have even stats, and then you put Triku as the third. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, Mai is the only red that's coming out, so maybe she won't be that strong. Who knows? Cancel attribute downgrades under all conditions. Destroys all of your enemy's cards. Greatly charges only gauge every time when hit. See, this is what I don't like. There's no blast armor on him, at least in pre. Maybe there is in Rose. We won't see it here. But he doesn't have blast armor. So it's like, he wants to get hit. You know, it'd be good if I get blast armor hit. You know what I mean? Nonetheless, once he engages fully, gets health back 20%, destroying ally cycle by 2, destroys enemy cards by 2, reduces enemy key by 50, and inflicts it yet again. The no special cover changes for 15 timer counts. That is, again, not cover null he is gaining. He is inflicting something to them there, which we will see if it's stronger or worse when the, unit comes out, which is tonight. Flummox curve when enemy switches characters while his characters on the battlefield, so it's health by 5%, plus 10 to all arts costs, -1 to card draw speed, sure. And after enemy attack is over, he heals 20% of it, and 30% damage inflicted 15 time counts there. Then, he does have Blast Armor on Strike in Rose, thank God, because if he didn't, that'd be terrible. He does Extreme Bleed on hits. Blue card gets Vanish back, alright. We're actually pumping him here, yeah. When gauge is full, he is 50% health star debuff yet again. He gets Vanish back, he has Nullify Endurance, alright, so only just additional stuff there. Nothing gets taken. This here, this green card, seems to be the same. Oh no, this changes completely. Yeah, no, this is just the normal. No, this is a green card. I think this is like a throw green card. So he has a counter one? Then it's a throw green card, it seems here, because it combos into everything, right? Yeah, because it combos into another green. So it's like a throwing one, like a Triku green card, Destructo Disc. Seems to be that way, which is a big change from a counter to, throw a projectile out there. Hopefully it's a fast animation, because Triku's is not. Engage is full. He does get Cut Pen to 10 timer counts if he does that green card. Alright. Not bad there. Health Store debuff as well to current enemy. Does get Cover Null for 10 counts there. Alright. After transforming, he gets 40% damage. Like some more than Vegito. He gets 30. This guy gets 40. Key recovery, I think it's 10% less. Health Store, which is very nice. He does obviously want to have sustainability as a defense type that wants to get hit. So your ideal situation is you transform with gauge filled, you pop the green card to get cover null, and you would have the, I guess, team-wide cover null at that point as well. This character is interesting. I don't know how to gauge this guy. I can gauge Vegito pretty easily. He's pretty simple to understand, really. Just do cards, you stack damage, okay. You get your gauge. Or you even proc a gauge, you're doing good things against it. You're either stopping their actual next comboable attack, which would be blue card or ultimate or whatever they can combo into, fast. You're stopping that in its tracks, and you can ignore those said gauges once your gauge is full. Vegito's easy to understand. Very good character. Probably like a top 2, top 3 guy. Wouldn't doubt it at all, because he's very good against the current tops, which are these auto mechanics. Even Turles, he has an auto mechanic of his gauge. You wouldn't even proc that, key that you're going to lose. And he is green. Turles is a blue, so very good against him. Rose is much more niche. I don't know how to gauge this character. I assume he's strong. I can read things here that tell me he is strong. His ability that's new is definitely unique. I don't know. He's much harder to get a read on, but overall, I mean, Vegito being so strong, I assume, I think Mai is on Vegito's banner if I'm not mistaken there. Mai should be pretty well off as well. Mai does gain endurance null if you do have, I think it's future girls or weapon wielder on your team, just one other. So just run Mai with one of these new characters, and then boom, you could just rush MV. Like Vegito and Mai together would be a very good duo, especially with color synergy as well. Just run that. So that would be good. Yeah, no. Gogeta Blue is not the worst character in the world. Obviously, fusing Gogeta is probably the worst anniversary from the previous anniversary character right now as a premium character. I know, even worse than God Goku. I don't like it either. I don't like God Goku much, but, he's probably better than fusing Gogeta Blue. Maybe not fully, but, he's definitely right there with him. But Vegito seems very good. This probably is better than Rose. Gonna be honest with you here. Just probably is the case. Rose, I assume he's really strong. I can read here. Again, there is strong things in his kits. Omega Shenron is on Rose's banner, which, again, is crazy that he's even back. 4 months. Once again, 4 months it's been. But, yeah, no. I recommend you summon. I mean, these kits look very strong. This looks very interesting. I don't know to say if it's good or bad. I think there's sequences it'll be amazing. There's sequences you won't even tell it exists, though. So it's an iffy. It's a swing set here. It's like, oh, it's going up sometimes the stock, but sometimes it's just you don't even notice it's moving. What do you guys think of Vegito and Rose? If you're going to summon, good luck. I'll be summoning, obviously. Probably going to 14-star Vegito because I just love the anti-auto stuff, I guess, going on there. And I'll see you guys in the next one.